Alright, so actually quite a common question I get on my videos is what I do with the jewellery that I find. Now this is quite a complex question. You do have to consider the monetary and sentimental value of each find, usually more so the monetary. So what I've done is I've made contact with New South Wales Police. I've had a quick phone call with them on the best ways you can make an effort to find the original owner of a piece of jewellery. Alright, so now we're back at home. I've got the gold ring here. And I do like to do this next part within 24 hours of finding it because the sooner you hand it in, the sooner you get it back. That's basically how it works no matter where you are. So before I start off, just a huge shout out to Newcastle Police, who are the ones that were able to help me clearly outline what you need to do when you find a gold ring or some other item of value. So I left an online inquiry. The officer calls me up and she said it's a bit of a grey area. My inquiry actually bounced around a few different departments. I went to some lost and found department, went over to the media department because I was making a video about it. It kind of just bounced around a bit for about 3 weeks until they called me back. So big shout out to them for actually responding to it, even though it is a very grey area and very difficult to outline it in black and white. So some of the difficult questions we have to consider are, does a $15 ring from Kmart hold as much value as a $200 ring from Pandora? It's not exactly a straightforward question. Obviously, a $15 one is nowhere near as much as a $200+ ring, but they both could hold value to the original person. So basically on the phone with the officer, what we nailed it down to was it's more of a subjective rather than objective way of looking at this. So you've got to look at the item. If it has engravings on it, it's probably got sentimental value. You know, if it's got someone's name in it or a date of birth or some kind of award, it's obviously got some sentimental value behind it. But if it is just the raw metal, you know, there's no engravings in it, it's just the ring, then you need to take into account the monetary value, basically. So basically how I go about that is silver rings and silver jewellery I don't really worry about because you're not going to really have silver jewellery that's worth more than say $100. Obviously this depends on the actual type of item, so you might need to do a bit of research about that. For example here, this ring, I weighed it up, it's worth $250, just scrap value. It does have a few markings in there, so this would definitely be worth taking into the police. So before I even go into the police station, I get myself a little bag like this, just a Ziploc bag like that one there, drop the ring straight in the top there, because you know rings are small, could easily be dropped. I'd hate to drop that down the gutter just as I'm about to walk in. Just like that. Now you can leave it like that, but what I like to do is I like to go one step further, just to help out the officers, and in case they do find the owner, I like to just put in a little business card there with my phone number on the back, and yeah, it's got my details on there, so you know, might get an extra subscriber or Instagram follower if they do get their ring back. So if you do decide to go down this route with a business card or just a piece of paper, make sure you tell the officer that you hand it to that it's your business card, otherwise they might call it up thinking it's the original owner. So what you're going to need is this, obviously, and your driver's license or some kind of government issued ID, and what they're going to ask you for is your name, your email or phone number so they can send you the event number. Then you can obviously track it, you can call up, and you're going to need that event number when you go to claim it, but more on that in a bit. And then you're also going to need to let them know where you found it, like exactly where you found it. This will work both ways. First way is if the person comes in and reports it missing, they'll easily be able to identify it and then it'll easily be theirs. And the other way it would benefit you is if you give them the exact location. If someone comes in saying they lost a bit of jewellery, you know, 5 or 6 kilometres down the coastline, then it's obviously not going to be this one that you found. And then the final thing that the officer said to mention to you guys, because she did actually check out the channel and she said she enjoyed it. She said it reminded her of Antiques Roadshow, which is pretty cool. She said to make sure I mentioned that you guys need to reiterate to the officer that you've handed it into that you want to claim it if it goes unclaimed by the original owner. So in New South Wales, if you don't mention to the officer that you want to claim it and no one comes and picks up the ring, it will either go to auction or will be destroyed. That's just how it works with handed in items and evidence in New South Wales. So what you need to do, you just need to mention that you want to claim it, and then this part depends on your region, but it's anywhere between 14, 21 or 28 days that you're able to claim that. And also depending on your area, they'll either call you back after that set period of time, or you'll have to call them after that set period of time to ask if the ring is still in their evidence room. So after that 2, 3 or 4 week period is over, you're going to have to give them a call if they don't already call you first. I tend to wait 1 or 2 days after the actual period is over, just to give them some time to get back, because obviously they're very busy and handing back a ring is not very high in the priority list for them. So I like to give them a call 2, 3, 4 days later. All you have to say is, I'd like to speak to the exhibit officer, and then they hand you through to the exhibit officer, and then you're able to tell them your details, and then also your event number, which you got earlier. Remember, they sent it to you via text or email, and sometimes they give you a little card. You're going to need to keep that event number. Do not lose that, because that is what's going to get you that bit of jewellery back. Then they'll organise a time for you to come into the station and pick up the piece of jewellery. So it really is a great system, no matter what the turnout is. Either the original owner gets the ring, which is fabulous. You know, if that's an engagement ring, a wedding ring, anything like that, you know, a necklace that has sentimental value that's been in the family for generations, they're going to be, you know, they're going to be so happy that they got that bit of jewellery back. And if the person hasn't reported it missing, and they, you know, they didn't really take the measures to get that bit of jewellery back, it will be back in your hands. There you go. You've got an extra $250 that you can either sell or, you know, put in a display cabinet or something. So it really does. It works out no matter what the outcome is. All right. So it's been a month since I handed in a ring to the police station. Just got a message back from a woman by the name of Jewellery. She said, "Hi Jacob, there is a ring, reference number, on hand here at the police station that you handed in. Can you please contact me via return email or give me a call to arrange collection? Do not just show up at the station, as the ring is locked away and reception staff cannot access it. Please contact us first." So I said, "Hi Jody, thanks for your email. How is 4 p.m. today?" And she said that 4 p.m. is all good. She's moved it upstairs to the transition room, so that means I can pick it up whenever I want, because it's up in the main reception of the police station. Just need to bring an ID and reference number and go in and pick it up. So I'm going to head over there to the police station now, pick up this ring, and then it'll be all sorted and it'll be all mine. Alright, so I'm now back from the police station, ring in hand. This ring is all mine now. Now before I finish this video, there's one thing I want to say to you guys that do enjoy going to the beach. You don't have to be metal detectorists. My channel doesn't have to have any meaning to it at all. One thing I would say is, if you go into the beach, don't take your jewellery. What actually happens is, when you're in the water, the water's cold, so obviously your blood vessels are going to shrink up. Your fingers usually shrink up, and they're all, you know, wet and everything, and then rings can just come flying off. You know, you get dunked by a wave, your necklace is gone, earrings come out. Just don't take your jewellery to the beach. Even if you think you're going to wrap it up in the towel, you're going to go up there, flick the sand off, and there goes your engagement ring. So that's my one tip, is don't take your jewellery to the beach. If you really have to and you end up losing it, first of all, if it's a big beach like Bondi, or, you know, one of those huge touristy beaches, go straight to the lifeguards and report it missing, and then they'll sort things out with the police. And then if there's no lifeguards on duty, there's no surf house or anything, if it's just a bare beach, just go straight to the police and put a report in for missing property. And then they'll take your details, obviously, your phone number, and they'll get back to you if a metal detectorist like me hands it in. I'd really appreciate it if you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, drop a comment. I really enjoy reading those comments. It does make the videos worthwhile. And I'll see you in the next one. Alright guys, thanks for watching.